Hello again, it's Clockwork McGrim, and you're never gonna believe what I found. I thought this video was lost, and I told you all that in the last video, but it turns out it's not lost. It was just hiding somewhere in my documents. I don't know how I didn't see it before, but I didn't, so meh. And this is the video where I did the whole monitor capture. So as you can see, there's a lot more going on than what I show when I just do the window capture. However, I'm really lazy and will probably not make a habit out of this. Might just do it every once in a while. Because this is a lot of... Well, for one, you can't change windows. And for two, it's just a lot of stuff to look at. So, Painter works a little bit differently from things like Photoshop, where you have that color mixer down below the color wheel thing. And there's my 6 tools that I use that are inside of the brush tool, and that is the fountain pen, the paper blender, the oil pastel, the Conte crayon, the airbrush, which is specifically like a fine wheel digital airbrush size 20 or something like that, and a fairy dust effects brush, which is how I did the sparkles on the limbs in this drawing. And those are like my 6 default tools, and this is why I have no idea what to do when I'm presented with, like, Krita, which I love but totally don't understand yet, or the GIMP or Photoshop. I know how to do photos in Photoshop, but I don't know how to do art. I did at one point, but not anymore. Painter can do quite a bit of things that those programs can do. It can do pretty much everything that Krita can do. It's just more geared towards artists, and since I want to know what my brushes are made of and stuff like that, this is nice for me, where I don't understand the, like, you get one airbrush. I'm like, no, I need 10 or so that are distinctly different, and Painter offers like 32 or something. Painter is a monstrously huge program. I think it's totally worth it, but I've heard it's kinda like, if you really hate yourself, you learn how to use Painter. And by the way, contrary to how it looks, I don't know how to use Painter. I've been using Painter since the time I was really small, sitting on my father's lap, just barely able to hold the tablet pen, which, you know, that dates me a little bit. I'm still using that same tablet, by the way. They made things a lot better back then. It doesn't have a screen or anything, but man, you could, like, drop it. I wouldn't, because I love it, but I'm sure if I dropped it, it would be pretty much fine. I've had the side split open before, and you just kind of whack it back together, and it's a fantastic tablet. It's the original Intuos. It's from, like, 1993. Or 1990, I don't really know. Anyways, that gives you a decade bracket if you want to math out my age. You'll be wrong, by the way, even if you math it out. Anyhow, Painter is this huge, amazing program. I still have no idea how it works. I'm trying to figure out Painter by figuring out the real-life components that Painter mimics. So, I've done oil painting, I'm currently doing watercolor, and I've done a lot of acrylic, and I've done pastels. It's been a while since pastels, but I have done it. And I had this fountain pen thing, like, 7-8 years ago. Also, I figured out why I didn't like her face in this drawing. It's not her face at all. Fun fact. And I'll have that be the secret for this video. I'll reveal what it is, mostly because it's hard to not see me do it. Let's see, we're doing the purple right now. Yeah. I'm not really sure what I was doing at this point in this. I was doing something. Oh, I was adding the sparkles. Yeah. I figured out that if I did the sparkles on the same layer as the, life would get easier. And then I locked the transparency on accident. Transparency locking will completely save your life. Like if you're a new artist, oh look, Windowception. Anyways, as a new artist, I didn't know about transparency locking. I think it's called pixel locking in like Fire Alpaca and Psy and stuff. If you don't know about that, it's a little box somewhere. It'll either be a picture with your checkerboarded background thing and a picture of a padlock. Whatever it is, figure it out, click it. After you've drawn a shape, it'll only let you work inside that shape. Complete lifesaver. It took me from like doing 2-week-long paintings to like 4-hour paintings, which is much nicer. And then this is me trying to figure out how Open Broadcaster works, hence the Windowception. It, I couldn't really tell what I was doing, which is also why the screen randomly went black a couple seconds ago. But yeah, Painter's an interesting beast. You have like, where things like Psy have one setting, Painter has like 12, which a lot of people find intimidating and excessive. And I'm inclined to agree, because I myself I'm only using a fraction of this program. Like, I don't even use the oils setting, but that's mostly because oils are not my favorite. I have this watercolor teacher now who, he used to do, like, everything in oils, and he was giving a lecture, and he said that after a while he just realized he absolutely did not like it. And I've only really done one serious oil painting, but I'm inclined to agree. It's a big, huge time commitment, and man, do you have to know what you're doing, and I don't, like, at all know what I'm doing. You also have to know what you're doing for watercolor, and for watercolor you gotta be able to think backwards from acrylic, but kind of the same for, like, Copic markers, but not really. I mean, kind of, I guess. Copic markers can go either way, depends on your taste. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on those someday. I actually learned everything I learned from this one really awesome book. I'll find the title for that. I know the artist is on DeviantArt, but who isn't on DeviantArt? I mean, really. I guess all those people that were subscribed to me and then left for Tumblr. Pardon my salt, but I'm just a little bit bitter about that. But, I mean, my art was terrible back then, so I don't blame you all for leaving. Just come back someday. Remember me. I'm working hard. That sounds whiny. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a joke. I'm very tired. It's almost midnight while I'm recording this. I'm gonna post it anyway for funsies, but, you know. Oh, here, we're getting to the secret thing. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Oh, okay, then I already did it. I changed the size of her leg. Thanks for watching. I'm Clockwork the Grim.